This is an example of the lab question that you might see on the test. Very similar to the pivot lab that we did. Whereas we start out with a empty beaker and some filter paper. They add some lead chloride to the beaker, and then they add some water to the beaker, and then they add some aluminum wire to the beaker, and then this reaction happens. Lead is produced and filtered, and after the filter paper is dry, we have a mass. All right, questions. What's the mass of the PbCl2 used? Then we would have to subtract the beaker with the PbCl2 in it minus the beaker itself. That's how much PbCl2 was used. The mass of the aluminum wire. So we have the beaker with the water and the PbCl2 and aluminum wire in there. Subtract the mass of the beaker with the PbCl2 and water, and we'll get the mass of the wire that was added. So those are the two reactants that are used in the reaction. So to figure out the limiting reactant, we will start one stoich problem with PbCl2, start the other one with the grams of aluminum, and see how much lead we can make in each case. Whatever one is the smallest denotes which reactant is the limiting reactant. So in this case, PbCl2 is the limiting reactant. So when these two things are mixed together, that is how much Pb we'll be able to make. So that is what we are going to call our theoretical yield. The actual yield now is the mass of the lead on the filter paper minus the mass of the filter paper, and that's how much lead actually got produced. We'll call that the actual yield. To get the percent yield, take the actual yield divided by the theoretical yield times 100 will give you a percent. 97.7%.